It has been 4 years since the last ash fall in the Philippines. But Taal volcano has exploded one more time across the Great Tagaytay. And now, on our talk show, we will have several specialists who will tackle economics, health, and agriculture that the ash fall has affected. We will all talk about that here on our show today, Gavin Talks. In our talk show, we'll first talk about the first and most detrimental part in the Philippine culture, which is economics. Now, let me call on our first pristine guest, Ben Adhaim Asaan. So, Mr. Asaan, welcome to the show. How are you feeling today?
I'm doing great.
Alright, now let's go straight to the question. What are the effects of the ash fall to nearby establishments in the volcano?
The eruption has so far had a minimal impact in our economy, and because of that, the government starts laying down some groundwork for rehabilitation, especially for the affected areas. And the good thing about that, some establishments in Tagaytay have begun operating again. And more so, according to the National Economy Development Authority, under Secretary of Regional Development, Adoracion Navarro, she said in the press briefing, we don't see it having a violent effect unless there's a violent eruption. And aside from that, also she said that there's estimated foregone impact in the economy, and that money costly of 4.13 billion or 0.17% of gross regional domestic product of Calabarzon.
And now with our first guest, let me call on the second one. She will talk about all of the health risks that this ash fall has come down to. And let me call on Mary Joy Alcantara. Alright, thank you then. Now to Miss Alcantara, welcome to the show. Now, may I ask you, what are the health risks that this ash fall has done to us humans?
The smog or ash that came from the volcanic eruption contains a higher level of sulfur dioxide emissions that have effect on the health condition of the residents who live near Taal volcano. So the effects of it on humans are that, in addition to irritating the eyes, it also irritates the nose and throat. With that, it causes coughing that results in discomforts or difficulties while breathing that may cause pulmonary disease. The most affected area of our body is the respiratory system. When we inhale ash or smog, it causes severe effects on the respiratory tract, depending on the concentration or duration of the inhalation.
Two experts down, let us welcome two more. These two will introduce to us what are the effects of this ash fall to the agriculture surrounding Tagaytay. First, we have Precious Alisa G. Canielas, and the second, Rodelyn F. Baldos.
And
Thank you so much for your input, Ms. Alcantara. And now we go to our last two researchers. Let me formally introduce Ms. Canielas. Hello, and Ms. Baldos. Now, for your question, what are the effects of ash fall to the surrounding environment of Tagaytay?
Because of the ash fall that happened due to the Taal volcanic eruption, most of the establishments around that area have been covered by the ash. Together with this, crops planted along the area were also affected.
And we all know how vital crops are when it comes to our agriculture. And our agriculture was dragged into the lowest point of its resiliency due to people being evacuated. So, only means that the crops were being abandoned, causing problems specifically to the agriculture itself.
We've learned a lot from our 4 specialists, but as you can see, there are 5 chairs and not 4. Let me introduce our main specialist, John Kenneth Dael. Mr. Dael, I am so happy to have you on our talk show tonight.
Thank you for having me, guys.
Alright, now let's go to our final question of the night. What are the things that we students, we workers have to do to keep safe through this ashfall?
So that's a great question, actually, Gavin. But I would suggest for those who are affected by this ashfall to move away from the area as soon as possible. If you have the means to move away from the area, do it. Okay? Because as the other researchers mentioned earlier, this ashfall carries a lot of risk. So for the others, you can use N95 mask, approved N95 mask, approved by the National Institute for Occupational Safety and Health, or NIOSH. So do not use other masks, okay? The only approved masks by this institute is the N95 mask. Also, keep yourself indoors. If you don't have purpose in going out, stay indoors. Keep your doors shut, your windows shut. If you have your air conditions in your house, do it, or find a way to cover it up or close it, because some ash might enter your house if this air condition or chimneys, fireplace are open. Okay, so also if you have an emergency kit, you also have to be prepared at all times, especially for those who are in the area wherein there are active volcanoes or very prone to calamities. Okay, so have a stock of food, toiletries, anything that is essential on your daily living, especially with these calamities. Okay, and also if you don't have the masks to wear, use damp towels. Damp towels meaning it's a little moist, a little wet. So if you have those, if you don't have the mask, use damp towels. It will help you a lot. And of course, eat healthy foods, so that your respiratory system, your health will improve dramatically, and you will be safe, not just from the ashfall, but from other diseases too. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Dael, for your input. And with that ends tonight's show.